Children's television program Sesame Street is celebrating Gay Pride Month. This, of course, raises the big question, why does Sesame Street want to celebrate divergent sexual orientations with your children? The educational children's show put out a tweet at the weekend announcing, "This Pride Month, let's celebrate diversity and unity and spread love and acceptance. Together, we can make the world a kinder place for all." Sesame Street is aimed at 3 to 5-year-olds. I suppose it could have been worse. They could have depicted Big Bird and Elmo sharing a Bud Light. But seriously, please explain why a show geared towards very small children would ever need to recognise or even mention someone's sexuality. No one would argue that we don't want the world to be a kinder place, but is sexualising preschoolers really the best way to do it? Or is spreading love and acceptance just camouflage for indoctrinating kids in LGBTQ ideology? What? You don't want your toddler to be taught about homosexuality and gender fluidity? Why do you hate love so much? No one's intimidated by that sleight of hand anymore. Sesame Street put out a second tweet proclaiming, "Everyone is always welcome on Sesame Street. Let's celebrate LGBTQIA+ people in our communities this Pride and every day. Happy Pride Month." And then they broadcast this clip.
Hi, Elmo and I wanted to share that everyone is always welcome on Sesame Street. This month and every month, we want to uplift and celebrate our LGBTQIA+ family, friends, and communities.
Yeah, that's right, Miss Ariana. From our Sesame Street family to yours, happy Pride! Elmo loves you.
And I love you, Elmo.
Mwah.
Even Grover knows that Pride Month isn't about love, it's about sexual orientations. The clue is in Sesame Street's invitation to celebrate LGBTQIA+ people. Let me break it down for Sesame Street as only Sesame Street can. L is for lesbian, G is for gay, B is for bisexual, T is for transgender, and Q is for queer. And none of this is necessary, let alone suitable for kids who've barely figured out how to walk. This isn't a hateful position to take. Parents put their kids in front of Sesame Street to learn their ABCs, not their LGBTQs. And as for gay activists who get upset when people insist that G is for groomers, here's an idea, and it's just a suggestion. Maybe people will stop complaining about you grooming children if you stop pushing sexual orientations and gender fluidity onto children. Here's the really concerning thing. If a stranger befriended your children and then, without your knowledge, started talking to them about sex, you'd call the authorities. The problem here, of course, is that the stranger who spent years befriending your kids to now chat with them about sex is America's public broadcaster. There's no one to call. And if you bother to complain, you'll be called Oscar the Grouch for daring to ask that a children's show on the public network guards your children's innocence. Tell me how to forget how to get to Sesame Street.